going on with always pads?
That's a good question. A lot of ladies are coming out and asking that question. That what is going on with the always pads? A lot of people are coming on board to showcase what they are seeing in their pads. Just imagine if we do not have internet. I am gonna say it is time for us to be enlightened. I'm gonna be rolling your clips. Credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity to add our comment. If you don't like to look or listen to any messy style, I am gonna say, maybe this is not for you, eh? But if you wanna be enlightened, let's go right ahead. Let's watch more, then we had more commentary.
Okay, so we saw this on TikTok, right? All right. Always pad. It is brand new. Take it down so I can see it. Turn it around. Okay. Look, you don't see anything on it. It's brand new. Obviously, I just took the back off. Now put it back up to the fucking light. That is mold.
But when I checked mine out, see what I found. Guys, look at this. Mind you, this is new. I've just opened it.
That is mold. Oh,
that's crazy.
My God.
When we first had it up here, it was just green. I'm like, all right, ain't really shit. But I still don't like that color. And then we flipped it, and then we was like, oh shit. Yeah, nah, bro.
That is mold. Oh,
that's crazy.
My God.
When we first had it.
So this time I was scrolling on my TikTok and I find girls talking about how these pads are not good, are not nice, and I'm like, yo, you're lying. But when I checked mine out, see what I found. Guys, look at this. Mind you, this is new. I've just opened it. It looks clean outside, like nothing is there. But have a look at this when you
brand new pad. It's clean.
Dissect it and tell me what it is. Because to me it looks like a maggot. Is that what that is?
No.
Open it. Tell me that's not what that is. Oh my God, it is a maggot. Are you for real?
Some living critter, yeah. Gross.
Ew.
Okay, we are cooked. Yeah, we are absolutely cooked, Chad.
So tell me why under normal light an always pad looks pristine, almost sterile, but when you tilt it under normal light, suddenly it gives you this. It's like a fungal pattern, like mold that has been scrubbed, rinsed, and then sent back to circulation. And it takes me back to those days when women used to complain of irritation, rashes, chronic discomfort. Kumbe, it's not hypersensitivity of the female body. It's just systemic negligence disguised as protection. Because I remember we were being told, yo, maybe it's the chemicals that have been used, that maybe you're just so sensitive. This is so disturbing. If men bled monthly, pads wouldn't just be safe. They would be luxury items, ergonomically crafted and probably even tax-free. It's giving patriarchal design flow. Like products designed for the most delicate ecosystem of a woman's body are created with such minimal consideration of our actual biology. Discomfort is normalized, irritation is trivialized, and exploitation is packaged. This is a man's world. Yeah.
So while I'm sat here minding my business, taking a break from doing some work, doing some doom scrolling on my For You page, right? And all of a sudden, I get a video talking about reports of women getting infested with maggots and chemical burns from pads by the company Always. Guess who the just got a brand new pack of maxi pads today, bitch? I hate it.
If you're a girl, you've already seen the videos of the brand Always and their pads being shown in lights fresh out the package and them having what seems to be fungus in the pads. But let me give you yeah. I recently just got off my period and I realized I had bumps on my bum. I realized I always have bumps on my bum. after my period, but I never have them before. Like, it's never no shit like that. I use Hibby Cleanse religiously on my ass. It makes my ass so soft, it's not even funny. So I'm like, what the fuck? I use my Hibby Cleanse in the shower, gone the next day. I'm always itchy on my pelvis when I have my pads on. I don't use tampons because the chemicals in tampons make me cramp more. So I'm like, maybe it's just the ingrowns, but I think I don't shave. TMI, sorry. I see these videos on my timeline. I think back to my period. Is this the in my pads that's making my skin act the way it's acting? Because it's not just the front, it's also the back. We have men making our menstrual cycle products. Motherfuckers who don't have menstrual cycles. And I'm gonna reiterate this as much as I can. I don't have these problems until I put one of their pads on. No butt acne, no fucking itchiness, none of these problems until I slap one of their pads on, and bitch, it's Armageddon.
So it's not just me. These pads make me itch. I want to file a lawsuit because I have been using Always since I was a teenager. And I saw a video of this girl who shined a flashlight through one of these pads, and the things that were inside of the pad and on the pad were atrocious. And to think that we're putting these in our underwear while we're on our period and it's touching our skin, I almost threw up. Like, this is why they need a lawsuit. I can't be the only one who itches when I wear an Always pad. This is literally brand new out of the packaging. But like, why does it make us itch? Probably because there's bacteria and there's other stuff in here that shouldn't be in here. And that's so weird to say that this bacteria and stuff is in a woman's hygiene product. That's terrifying to actually know. But yeah, this one seems pretty clean. But yeah, I'm suing Always. I'm suing them, and I'm seeing a honeypot.
Put myself through a lot of pain for this research, but the results have concluded that Always pads are the problem. Okay, them Always pads are the flipping problem. They are the root cause of my terrible cramps. Because I remember I must have started when I was in year 8. So tell me why. The minute I see those TikTok videos saying that them pads are laced with something, I was like, I didn't believe them because I didn't understand how something that's stuck on the panty would go inside of you and make you have terrible cramps. I didn't understand it. But then I was just like, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. So I stopped using the pad, and I can attest to the fact that the girls were not lying. The science was right. And then I was like, it couldn't have been that right. So then I switched back to the pads for one more cycle, and it was one of the worst cycles. Yes. Switch from whatever you decide to use, switch from them. But throughout the day, I use my Tampax Compact Pearl, and then at night I put on those giant nappy thingies and I sleep very comfortable. But the pads are the problem, the Always pads specifically. And I'm curious to know, has anybody else made the transition and come to the realization that Always pads are the problem?
Keep using them Always pads, and that's why your coochie got carcinogens. Now, also taking into consideration that pads are super expensive, why do y'all even prefer these over these? Few months ago, I told y'all to go down to the tree, and all you need is a couple dollars. They have the super pads that comes in an 8 count, the overnight pads, and regular size pads. I finally cracked the code on why y'all coochies is falling off. You see how these pads say organic cotton? Well, Always doesn't have no cotton. The actual top sheet that touches your actual cooch is polyester, bro. All those little crumbs that you're seeing in there is literally, what does it say? It's wood pulp, cellulose wood pulp for better absorption. What y'all don't know is that a lot of people have polyester allergies and don't know it. If you're itching, if you're scratching, if you're getting a yeast infection, it's because you're actually allergic to it. So the technical term for this is polypropylene or polyester. The only place that contains this ingredient in these organic pads, it literally says on the backing. And if you can see it, it says on the back, because that's the only place plastic or polyester should be, is on the back to adhere to your drawers. So basically, this can cause skin irritation, allergic reaction. Polyester and fragrance chemicals can cause contact dermatitis, especially in people with sensitive skin. I cracked the code, y'all. So you guys are having allergic reactions to these pads, and they're no good anyway. So take yourself to Dollar Tree. I don't know if Family Dollar got it, but Dollar Tree got it. And I've stocked up on enough pads for another life.
If you're a woman who menstruates and uses the pads or tampons from Always, you have to listen to this video. I recently came across this video right here where this lady was talking about Always pads and how she has recently experienced a reaction to them that she didn't experience before. And in case you guys didn't know, these brands always change the ingredients in their products. So you have to kind of be updating yourself on the ingredients that are on here. Lately, the ingredients that they have been using are known to be carcinogens and irritants, and they cause a lot of health problems. She goes in more in depth into the health problems that they cause. But the reason that I'm making this video is to show you guys alternatives to tampons and pads, different brands that you guys can use instead of Always. Some of these brands are a little pricier, but honestly, I would rather make the investment than later in life have to make a different type of investment to reverse the effects of these other products.
So where do we sue? The Always pads got everybody up, or most up, and of course it's a lot that ain't gonna come out and like say it, but a lot of people agreeing, and like I'm just like, that's all I use. So like, where do we sue? What we doing?
I saw a girl on here talking about how the Always pads need to be sued. And she is so right, because 2 months ago, I had the worst chemical burn ever. In between, like, my legs, where the underwear meets the leg. I was like, okay, maybe it's chafing. Maybe these underwear are just not good for me. I'm allergic to a certain type of spandex. So I was like, oh my God, okay, maybe that spandex was inside of these underwear. No. Now I've realized that so many people have had problems the last few months with these Always pads. And it's not like, oh, I switched over to Always pads. No, I've used them since I was in like 6th grade. So they must have changed the formula, messed something up, put some extra chemicals in that shit, because it messed me up. I had chemical burns. I had issues. I didn't know what it was. I've never been sensitive down there to anything, to scents, to perfumes, nothing. Like, I've never had UTIs or yeast infections because of those things. But this actually caused such a problem that I was so scared that I went straight to the MD now to get checked, because that was just so unnormal for me. Some people, yeast infections are normal, and that's a completely normal thing, but I never get those. So I was just so concerned. I'm like, wait, what is going on with my body right now? I paid these MD now people so much money. They gave me antibiotics and they said it was something else, but it was definitely from the Always pads. I wasted money, time. I was stressed out because of this. So come on, guys, like, we need to get a lawyer and we need a class action lawsuit, because I need some money for my pain and suffering.
Everyone needs to go check their bathroom cupboards right now, and if you have any of these things, you need to throw them out immediately. Recently, people have been having issues with these pads, and this TikTok video exposed that if you hold them up to the light, this is what you see. All of these photos are from pads that are brand new out of the box. This is disgusting. I'm disgusted and disappointed by Always, especially because they are one of the more affordable and accessible brands. They're definitely a leader in the menstrual space. Remember this, never buy Always, always avoid Always. I did go out and buy some of my favorite other brands so I can test them right away right here and recommend some alternatives for you if you're one of the millions of women who buy Always. Firstly, we have Honey Pot. These are great. They're 100% cotton, fresh out of the box, and we are all good here. Next up, we have Lola. I actually recently did a brand deal with them. This is not sponsored, but I do really like their products. I like that they have all of their ingredients on their boxes, and that's what I like to see. Poise is another brand that's really accessible and is going to be available pretty much anywhere. No issues. Sephora is probably the most expensive brand that I bought today. 100% cotton, no fragrance, no chlorine, no dyes. Go on, I think I might be crazy and I might be holding up a light to everything that I get. This is just plastic, not anything weird. Feel free to drop more recommendations in the comments. I am so sorry to the Always girlies who are impacted by this. I'm so sorry if you have to throw your stuff away. That really sucks. Just remember, always avoid Always.
Now, if you're a woman and you use the brand Always pads when it's that time of the month, you might want to watch this video. As women all over the world, but particularly in the UK, have been finding and discovering this disgusting looking mold looking substance inside of freshly purchased pads, which is horrific in and of itself. But what makes it worse is that it's completely unnoticeable to the naked eye. So for you to see the dirt, you would have had to put the pad directly under light. You see, this started with women like this coming to TikTok and social media to discuss the issues they've been having with always pads. Not just what the pads look like under light, but also the fact that their private parts themselves have become more irritated and less comfortable whilst using always pads. And now for women, myself included, are finding this dirt-like substance inside these pads. This is disgustingly terrifying, as someone who actively has been using always her entire life. Now, these revelations have come just months after, of course, we've all found out how period products and menstrual products use an ungodly amount of toxic chemicals, including lead and God knows what else. So let's just say this is not a good look. So if you are a woman and you use always pads, especially if you use them regularly, particularly every single month, maybe you should check. Maybe you should check.
So it's not just me. These pads make me itch. I want to file a lawsuit because I have been using Always since I was a teenager. And I saw a video of this girl who shined a flashlight through one of these pads, and the things that were inside of the pad and on the pad were atrocious. And to think that we're putting these in our underwear while we're on our period and it's touching our skin, I almost threw up. Like, this is why they need a lawsuit. I can't be the only one who itches when I wear an Always pad. This is literally brand new out of the packaging. But like, why does it make us itch? Probably because there's bacteria and there's other stuff in here that shouldn't be in here. And that's so weird to say that this bacteria and stuff is in a woman's hygiene product. That's terrifying to actually know. But yeah, this one seems pretty clean. But yeah, I'm suing Always.
I know a lot of people are wondering what happened to this pad and why it looks like this. And this comment says it might have been sitting in the bathroom for a while. What I think this is super absorbent polymers. Let me break down what super absorbent polymers are, because it's not anything that is hidden or not listed in the pad. I also possibly think this could be mold, maybe even mold on the super absorbent polymers. And the reason I'm saying this is because I actually produce and manufacture tampons and pads myself. I have an organic brand called Riff Care, so I know way more about this than the general public. SAP, also known as super absorbent polymer, is usually found in diapers, adult incontinence products, and pads. So here's what you should note about them. Traditional SAPs are made with mostly petrol-based materials, and they're not biodegradable. So I know of 10 brands, organic brands, who are using SAP and they're claiming they're biodegradable, but you cannot be using SAP and also be biodegradable. Now, there are companies working on plant-based SAPs. And if you open up your pad today, you can just look inside and see all these little tiny beads if you wet it. And if she opened up that pad, that's probably what she would see. Now, are they bad for you? I'm just going to say that anything that is petrol-based should not be in or near your vagina. Like, it should just be nowhere near that area. But of course, they are considered safe, so I'm not going to say that this is like toxic or it's going to kill you. Also, we don't have a lot of studies on the long-term effects of SAP. Like I said, pretty much every single diaper and pad company uses this. I know a few companies that don't. Riff Care, obviously we don't. I don't think Lola uses super absorbent polymers, but they might have changed. So let me know, is this a deterrent when you're looking for period products? Do you care if something has super absorbent polymers in them? Or are you just like, you know what, I'm going to use it anyway? I personally want to stay away from products that haven't been studied too much, like super absorbent polymers. And I'm waiting until there are better options. There are plant-based options, because I don't want something that's going to be here for hundreds of years after I'm done using the product. What you don't know is that a lot of people think that this is cotton. When you look and you feel it, you assume that it would be cotton. But there are processes in which you can turn polyester into cotton-looking substances, which is also why I found it so funny that even this Kotex says clean and secure. Like, what the hell is clean about BPA and PFA? To be reading ingredients and really understanding not just what you're reading, but understanding the origin of where these things come from. Like this is why we use hemp and organic cotton at Riff, and pretend to make something healthier, and then it's not actually healthier. Even a few years ago, I remember I bought a Cora tampon. It's not like this anymore, but a few years ago, it was like organic cotton tampon, and the outside was polyester. So even organic brands think they can get away with this sometimes, and then people call them out. I did call them out on TikTok very early on. I don't know if that's why they changed, or if other customers were complaining, but we need to hold these brands accountable, especially when they're staying clean and secure. Think about the whole Playtex thing right now and what's going on with all of their lawsuits. It's just going to keep happening because the amount of disinformation and the amount of lies and the amount of marketing that is being told to us as healthy, clean, etc. First of all, it's causing a lot of confusion for brands that are actually small and making the big changes that need to be made that are healthy and clean. And it's causing so much customer confusion. And if I was you, I would not stand for it at all.
I am still in shock. I'm still confused. Credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity to have our comment. Go down there in the comment section and add your comment. I am gonna say we gotta be enlightened. When y'all wanna use your sanitary pad, make sure we check it because that's what it's going on. The fact that it's happening all around the globe. We heard from US, we heard from UK, even from people house in Western world. They are posting these same issues. That's what I say. Is it time for us to go back to the olden days? Back in the days when our grandmamas, you know what I mean? When they used to have their monthly thing. Even know what I mean, what they used to use back then. Go down there in the comment section and say, maybe or maybe not. Because we were promised that the sanitary pad is very more healthier for us to use that instead of the one our grandmamas used to use. Now, if you are having problem with this one right now, I don't know. I am confused. How do you guys see this? Go down there in the comment section, add a comment if you can. How do you think we can go about this? I am gonna start. Make sure you are checking your pads, your sanitary pads, because a lady, there's a lady right there. She said we should even go to Dollar Tree. Are y'all gonna be checking out the Dollar Tree? Or have y'all checked out the Dollar Tree? You know, give ladies advice down there in the comment section. Let's enlighten ourselves. This is getting crazy. Are we gonna say our life is in danger? That we cannot trust what has been preached to us for years to use monthly. We are talking of teenagers that they're about to get on boards to start using this thing. Some teenagers don't even know how to use it. Not to talk of you telling them to put this in the light before they put it on. This is crazy and it is confusing. I am gonna see you in the next one. Let's enlighten ourselves. Go down there, add more commentary. How you think we can eradicate these? How you think we can be enlightened? Is it time for us to question those that are giving us this information? What is going on? I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, do not forget to subscribe because right here, you are gonna get your daily gist. Bye for now.